high school. That meeting was impactful and also quite devastating. In any case, I think I had really bad luck. Of course, that's the same as saying that I couldn't avoid bad luck whereas someone else could, but I don't think there ever was someone in my shoes. It's quite irresponsible for me to say that it was really bad luck that got me into this. Maybe I should just accept that it was all my fault. In the end, I believe that it was me being me that started that chain of events. A chain of events. Without putting too much thought on it, I carelessly used that expression, but though I presented it as a chain of events just for argument's sake, I honestly don't know exactly how large this chain actually is. What event was it that started it all? What road did it follow? And how did it end? I can't tell exactly. It's possible that even now it hasn't ended, or maybe it hasn't even started. This is not a pretense or a play on words. I honestly believe that in the end, I could only observe events from my point of view, so I will never know what this chain of events really meant or didn't mean to people other than me. If I could listen to their story, perhaps I would be able to grasp the whole deal to some extent, but even then, I wouldn't expect to learn the real story. It wouldn't be the truth, but what they recognized. And that might be enough. However, to begin with, and that is the only thing I am sure of, the girl who was at the center of it all, Kishot Acerola Reinhardt Underblade, was such kind of existence. She has a meaning only for the observer. She has a different meaning based on the observer. The meaning would not be the same between fellow observers. That would be a vampire. 001. Koyomi vampire. It would probably be of no use explaining what exactly is a vampire. They're in comic books, movies, games, a concept that's been totally overused. Although not a culture born in this country, most of them Japanese are very well acquainted with it. Coming from the other side of the globe, by now that concept is a bit old. However, during spring break, I was assailed by a vampire, the old concept from the other side of the globe. You could say I am an idiot. I really do think I was an idiot. And because of that stupidity that belongs to no other than myself, I experienced hell for 2 weeks. And that spring break from beginning to end was a full-blown hell. A hell that seemed like a joke, and a joke that seemed like hell. What event was it that started it all? What road did it follow, and how did it end? As I said before, to me this will forever remain an enigma. A paradox that will never be solved, but if I do know just one thing for certain, is when that hell started and when that hell ended. March 26th until April 7th. That is spring break. Kishot Acerola Reinhardt Underblade. Afterwards, I understood that an entity like her is to be called a Kai. A Kai. A monster. An inhuman being. If that's the case, being her observer at that time, at that place, in that way, is the main reason why I got put into this hell, I think. I was greatly unqualified as an observer. And I was stupid after all. If I want to talk about her, it is inevitable that my own stupidity will be thoroughly exposed, and although that seems like a masochistic act, I guess I really do have to tell the story of that vampire. The story of the wound I received from her. Drag and drop your files, or type, paste, and edit text here. Natural Reader is a professional text-to-speech program that converts any written text into spoken words. The paid versions of Natural Reader have many more features. Plus open documents, PDF, text, doc, XEP, BODS, ODT, pages, PPT, XPNG, JPEG. $342. 001. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 001. Dot in any The story of the wound. Scar story. The story of how I wounded her. I guess I do have to tell it. I believe it's something I have to do. That's my responsibility. The introduction was quite a long one, but please bear with me. So I said something impressive like this being my responsibility. After all, it's the responsibility of a stupid buffoon to begin with. I don't know if I'll get discouraged. I may sound pessimistic, but to be frank, I'm not confident I can finish telling this story. That's why I'm setting up such long-winded and solemn introduction. In addition, as the most I can do, though if I start telling the story now, like a rock rolling downhill, later it will be difficult to stop midway. But just for good measure, for worst case, in case my resolve fell short, I want to announce in advance how this story ends. This story about vampires has a bad end. Everyone receives an ending where they became unhappy. Still, precisely because it was a hellish ending, the chain of events probably hasn't ended yet, and in any case, my responsibility towards her will last all of my life. Drag and drop your files, or type, paste, and edit text here. Natural Reader is a professional text-to-speech program that converts any written text into spoken.